Hi, Dr. Tom Hanson here with a Play Big softball debrief of this profile. So let's take a quick look at it. I'm going to go pretty fast and just hit some highlights, not explain the whole thing. You're more than welcome to ask me questions to follow up, but basically we have here a tale of two players. The outer player is very strong, excellent ability to see and understand what it takes to win, and is really in rough shape on the inside, very much lacking in confidence, doesn't feel good about herself, doesn't feel good about her future, feels okay, maybe with a team in a role, and she's given it a good go here, and so she's battling, but there's just too much to overcome in what I see here and here to be able to perform anywhere near her potential. So the first score here that I look at, reliability score, tells us the well, yes, the reliability of the results, but it's almost like also the reliability of the person in that area, how consistent, how the aptitude, like well, how well can person learn, and is how at home is the person in this environment. This score has to do with the outer game, how well she sees and understands what it takes to win. The 7.5 is a summary score of the outer, seeing and understanding the outer game, and 7 and above is very good. So this is very strong here and even stronger here and here, which I'll talk about in a moment. The self view is how much access do you have to your talent? How much freedom do you have to play? And this is bottomed out here at 4. It doesn't go below 4 in our reporting, but this is saying it's a 4 or lower. So really, someone here we have in quite a bit of emotional pain and frustration and is feeling beaten. But as a gamer, I love this. This 18 and 19 is showing me that she's given it a go. There's just too much weight from a lack of confidence about what the future holds and a lack of sense of self-worth as a softball player. Just not feeling this is sort of this one is about your past, this is about your present, and this is about your future. And she's given it a go here, but again, there's just, and she's very smart here in terms of seeing and understanding what it takes to win. This is someone you could talk softball with a lot, and she'll know about mechanics and where she should be when and who should be where. It's a good teammate, doing a nice job here, being a good teammate in spite of these massive, these massive weights that she's pulling on the inside. So she's gonna present okay. In fact, quite well. She might present to the outside world okay is number 2. Number 3 is saying, well, how's the stress level on the inside? So not so good. So it's kind of like the duck on the water, looking calm and nice on the outside, but inside paddling like hell. So very uncomfortable place to be right now. So a few more highlights. I mean, obviously the highlight is just she looks at her past. It's sort of like an emotional anorexia in that you can look at something. I mean, this person, I'm certain, has a very incredible past of softball excellence. And she's looking at it like she's a total loser. Inner value is like, I know I can be better, so that's great. She gets it. That she's not where she wants to be. She's raising her hand here in 16, saying, "Yep, I have problems. I have problems with my self-worth. My sense of self-worth is not good, and um, it's feeling kind of beat up. Not feeling the mental toughness is what this is saying, and that it's not an easy road back." Is what this is saying here. And just so we can take a quick look at this, well, why is this? What's going on? Well, you had to rank order these two sets of items, and these are all about the external part of the game, and these are the internal part. And if you're seeing, hey, my performance doesn't live up to my expectations, and I'm preoccupied with past mistakes as number 1 and 2, you are hurting. It's just, it doesn't take a PhD to imagine that if of all those statements that those are the two that you most agree with, then you're hurting. So might be not a lot that you didn't know, but maybe able to kind of see it as sort of like a mental game X-ray here. Um, what do we see here? Down here, decision-making ability is really going to be clouded by just the weights, the emotional weights that she's got going on here. She's very intuitive, and concentration is good, but there's a lot of stress, and it's coming from external, like perceived pressure from the outside, and her resistance, her ability to deal with it, is real low. So what do? Well, I work. I need. I can help enormously. What we has to do is she's got these lenses are warped. Or looking at the way she's looking at her game is warped, blowing up way out of proportion the mistakes that she's made, um, and really pouring a lot of energy into the mistakes and not at all and completely blinded to how good she is, and all the things that she's done in the past. And it's certainly messing up her vision of herself in the future. So we need to go in there and do like an emotional, relieve the emotional constipation, totally backed up with failure, and that's all that there is. It's like needs a pressure washing job to come in and just blast a lot of the negative stuff away to get her back, because it's like a big inner traffic jam, and it isn't that she necessarily needs driving lessons. So it isn't like she needs to work on her technique. She gets it, and she's in a good place here. These are fine. It's not like, oh, it's a mechanical thing. It's anymore like someone gets in a traffic jam, do they need to have driving lessons? Like, hey, I'm going to be late for work, because of traffic. It's like, well, no, you should go to driving school and learn to drive. It's like, well, no, that working on mechanics is like that. It's like, no, I just need the traffic to move, and then I know how to drive. So we got to clear out a bunch of stuff there. And I know how to do that, but that gets beyond the scope of what we're looking at here. This just tells you where you're at. So keep breathing and make a list of things of your triumphs and see if you can put your energy there, is one idea, but really much, 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 much more important is clearing out the negative than building on the positive.